I'm John Leonard. I'm a business lawyer in Denver, Colorado. We have a series of videos on our website here at Fairfield and Woods, and today we're talking about different types of nonprofits. We just did a couple of videos on private foundations. We're going to roll into, I guess, its first cousin, a public charity. And I'm sitting here with my colleague, Melanie Bartlett, and we're going to talk about public charities for this video and another one. Let's just talk generally. What is a public charity? Is that when people say a 501c3, is that a public charity? And give me some examples of what a public charity is.
Great question, right? Public charities are nonprofits. Not all nonprofits are public charities. So public charities fall under 501c3. So everyone is familiar with hearing the term 501c3, might not be familiar with public charity. So this is like the Red Cross, United Way, the organizations that actually are out there fundraising and who individuals give money towards their exempt purposes, towards their missions, and who you might receive, a mailer asking for a donation. Maybe your college has an alumni that it could be a public charity. These get their funds from individuals.
And so if I wanted to set up a public charity, I could come to you. And what's the process? Do you have to file anything with anybody?
Yes, you do. So we form a public charity. It is a corporation. So
in Colorado, I would start a corporation here in Colorado, but then I'd have to take an extra step maybe?
Yes. So we file articles with Colorado, get you incorporated. You are a Colorado nonprofit. You are not tax exempt until we file something with the IRS called a 1023. We tell the IRS what your mission is, what you're going to do, who your board members are, and we submit it, and then we wait because it's the IRS. And eventually they get back to us and we get our status, and then you're off to the races.
And once you file with the IRS, do you have to make annual filings with the IRS?
That's correct. They're called Form 990s. You have to submit these with the IRS. They're also public information. So if you go to GuideStar or the IRS website, you can actually pull up organizations Form 990s because you have accountability to the public.
So if I want to file, or if I want to form a public charity, I could come to you and get the corporation form, whatever board that I have, you would do that. And then you would make the federal filing to get the tax exempt status.
Yes.
And then each year you could help with the Form 990 that you have to file. What's reported on a 990?
So 990 tells the IRS what you did this past year. It's an information return. It's not a tax return. Where individuals file tax returns, we talk about our revenues and expenses. And at the end of the day, individuals owe tax. Public charities do not, because they're tax exempt unless they have unrelated business that gets taxed. But yes, I can help you do your annual reports with Colorado, annual reports with the IRS. There's also something called charitable solicitation that we might need to look into that might require filing with Colorado another report that looks like the federal 990.
Well, great. We'll do a follow-up video on traps for the unwary and restricted activities that you can't do when you're a public charity. But thanks for joining us on this first video on how to form a public charity, and we'll do one or two follow-ups on public charities. Thank you.
Thank you.